Previously on Warrior X Talks.
Like, it's very much a struggle to just lead me. Just dealing with the demons inside my own head. I must learn to lead. I must do it better.
This is Warrior X Talks, where you will witness those who have lived the warrior's way live. And during these episodes,
you'll understand.
This is a brotherhood.
What is a man?
We get paid.
This is a brotherhood.
So most men want to lead, but most men don't want to pay the price for leadership. Write that down. Most men want to lead, but most men are unwilling to pay the price of leadership. How many of you know right now in leadership, your greatest struggle is not that you don't know what to say or what to do, it's that you don't say it and you don't do it. Raise your hand. Hands down. So part of this is going to require a big change in the way that you operate as a leader. Now let's assume all that happens. You're going to pull that off. What will that feel like?
Certainty.
Certainty. Y'all better write that down. Because one of the things that money brings when you are producing at a level you know you can is you become certain. And the crazy part is, when is it time to double down on your business? When you're certain. But most men only double down when they're feeling uncertainty. And then when they feel certain, guess what they do with the gas? They back the off. I'm like, motherfucker, if there was ever a time for you to double the down, it is when you are in certainty. Certainty. What's another feeling? Go.
Hope.
Hope. What else?
Courage.
Courage. What else?
I feel like a king.
Okay, so feel like a king is a description.
Yeah.
What would make you feel like a king? There's a word that precedes that statement. It's like run through a brick wall. They're great. I love it. I feel like a king. I'd run through a brick wall. I would like, these are all beautiful. They're like very, and they feel great. But there's a word before that. What is it? If you felt like a king, what would you feel?
Powerful.
Power. I would tell you that power is not a feeling, power is a feeling. And power is typically linked to certainty. Power is born out of commitment. Commitment and certainty are the birth children of creation. But there's this catch-22. You don't get certainty and this game of commitment. All this thing doesn't blend together without courage. Courage to say, I will do whatever is required to hit this promised land. And I made a decision. Like, I was done. I was done. Like, I was done. I was not going to continue to play the way I was playing. I was desperate, I was playing weak, I was scared, I was hesitating, I wasn't making aggressive moves I needed to make. The feeling that undertook everything every single day was a sense of unworthiness and brokenness and stuckness, and I had no tools and I had no one to talk to. I had nobody to talk to about this. So I was convinced I was alone, that I was the only guy experiencing this reality. And then I made a decision. But it's the kind of decision that when you make it, like everything changes, like something inside of you just shifts. It just clicks. And there's not questions of how am I going to do it. Your hustler all of a sudden goes, and in that moment, it doesn't matter what happens. This guy will go and do whatever is required. How many of you have experienced the moment of the activation of your hustler when your back is against the wall and he says, I don't give a f, we are going? Raise your hand. Hands down. No matter what your target is, one of the feelings that you're going to have to be able to leverage is anger. You're not going to hope yourself to the next level. Part of how we fuel ourselves, and we'll work on this afternoon, is leveraging the stack, which is being unafraid of the anger and unafraid of the rage that builds up to build, because it's fucking real. It's real. And it's a moment where you're like, a mother, I will not fucking deal with this shit anymore. I will build. And there's a focus that comes, a central focus. It is no longer about excuses or about what's in the way. Whatever is required, I will do it. And so we have numbers and targets that we set. They're like, okay, I'm gonna do these numbers. And then we have numbers and targets that we set that invoke this primal motherfucker, I wish you would. And when this piece inside of you activates, there's a piece in you that starts to wake up, and he just starts to knock. He starts to fucking knock. He starts to knock. He starts to knock. He doesn't give a f. He doesn't give a f. He says, I will fucking build this. He looks at his 3 daughters. He looks at his wife. And there is no one that will get in the way. There is nothing he will not do. There is nothing he was incapable of. This mother will build.
Shh. Next time on Warrior X Talks.
I know where I'm going. I don't know how I'm gonna get there many times. But when I wake up, I figure out today what step I need to take. And I appreciate the fact that 3 to 4 months from now, a new version of me will exist, and that version of me has answers that the current version of me does not have. So the how am I going to do it now, Garrett? I'm too big of a right now to answer that question. And so I'm going to kill this version of me and rebirth another version of me 3 months from now that'll have answers and keys to doors I cannot even see nor even know that should open.
Now, if you're listening to this, that means what you just watched resonated with you somehow, some way. And now you want to learn more. So here's what I need you to do. Go to warriorcon4.com right now. Cause when it comes to training married businessmen with children, let me tell you something. We run this, we run it, we run this, we run it, we run this, we run it, we run this motherfucker. You gotta fight every day, every night, for the rest of your life. It's the warrior way. warriorcon4.com. warriorcon4.com. warriorcon4.com.